Now that I've pressed down this upper edge, what I'm gonna do is form the casing. To do that, I first need my seam gauge, and I need to have it set for 1¼ inch. Notice that your instructions for step 5 of Simplicity 9127 say to press under 1½ inches on the upper edge and side. However, because we've already folded down 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch plus 1¼ would be 1½. So we're doing the same thing, except I think that this is a little bit easier of a method. So we are gonna have 1¼ inch, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our upper edge and fold it down to the inside. Sometimes if your seam gauge is slipping all over the place, I will put a little piece of tape on the back to secure it. However, this one's pretty new and is staying in place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this in. I'm gonna line the top edge of my ruler up with the top edge of my fabric, and I want to measure it so that it's 1¼ Notice how here we go off the edge so it is not lined up. Notice how here we have extra room down here so it's not lined up once again. You can also see that I'm starting on a seam, and that's because it's easy to match up this seam and just to have it go straight so then I know that I'm not accidentally twisting my casing. Here, when I have the top of my ruler and the bottom lined up, it looks like it's in place. So I'm going to take out this pin, move it to the other side, and then I like to double check just to make sure that I did it correctly. That looks pretty good. And so I'm going to continue moving around my waistband. Notice how there, even though I just moved it over slightly, we're off. So I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna check again. Looks good, so I'm gonna take out my pin, move it to the other side, and then I check. Looks good, so we're gonna continue moving around. You are gonna do this along the whole entire casing, and then when you're done, you are gonna press it in place, just like you did for when you sewed under 1/4 inch and then pressed it. Or sewed around it 1/4 inch, folded it in, and then pressed it. You are gonna press once again, and this will just make it easier for when you go to sew your waistband in place, or your waistband casing technically. So good luck.